Paul Cooke, thoroughly dominant win from your side. Could you just give us your thoughts on the performance this afternoon?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought we needed a response from last week. I don't think it was great at York. I think we hung in there, but we needed a response to what was a poorish performance from us last week, and we got one. I thought we started the game really well. Allowed Barrow back in with a soft error on halfway, the very next set after scoring. But other than that, I thought was pretty good today. On the whole, the players have been told that a little bit scratchy early in the middle in terms of our strength to carry, but I thought after 15 minutes or so we took over the game.
I was going to say that after that period looked like a real feature of your game. Actually, really seemed to physically dominate. That must have been really pleasing about how the players responded.
Yeah, I thought defensively we put a real focus defensively on our contacts and tackle management this week, because it was poor last week. I thought we got beat up last week, and we told the players that, and they've taken it personally, and so they should do, because when I feel if you get dominated physically, you should take that personally as a group and as an individual. I think the forwards particularly did that. So without the football, I was really pleased today. With the football, I think we left some out there, but once we got to grips with going, hard and fast over the advantage line, then we took over the game, and Barrow didn't really have an answer to us. I know they're missing some players, and I feel for them a little bit, but we've been in that position ourselves for the first 8 weeks of the season, so whilst I have a little bit of sympathy, I don't have too much.
So you had a little bit of consistency now building with your half-backs and your full-back, your spine, if you like. You said you left some points out there, but still scored 48 points. Where's your assessment of where the team's at creatively? Because they did ultimately take quite a few chances.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We want more, we always want more. The 1, 6, 7, 9s in Jonesy and Jubby and 13 I thought was great today. So we're doing okay. We've got to get a little bit better. We've got a game on Friday, which is really important for us, a 5-day turnaround, so not too long for us to recover and prepare, but we're looking forward to getting out there Friday. The boys will then get a weekend off, which I think is well earned and well deserved, so we can spend some time with the families. And then we've got a tough away trip to Toulouse, so the next two are big.
At half-time, you're in a really commanding position. It's always I imagine the worry of the coach that might be a drop in intensity after half-time with such a big lead, but you got the exact opposite. That must have been really pleasing. Came out of the blocks really quick.
Yeah, it's something we fixed up some stuff at half-time. We'd had 10 more sets than them. We completed at 18 of our 23. They was at 10 of 13. So the players was told that there was no way they could come back over the top of us with energy. It would have been because of our errors defensively and errors with the football that they would have got back into the game. And they're a dangerous team because they can go back to back with tries and they can score 6, 12, 18 really quick. So that was the danger for us, and that was the challenge for the players. We also asked them to look at a couple of different plays, denting them and going wide off that. I thought the first try was a perfect example of that second half. I thought the players listened really carefully at half time and did what we asked of them. So it's not usual for this Featherstone team, I can assure you. Usually when I go in there and tell them to not drop the football and complete sets, to go out and do the opposite, but it was very good today. And collectively we're pleased because, as I said right at the beginning of this, it was important that we got back to winning ways after what was a poor performance.
And you've moved back into the playoff places. I suppose as a coach you're probably not that worried about that at this stage, still plenty of time to go, but just how important is it to keep using that as a benchmark and building on those performances now?
Well, we said once we're in, we don't want to come out. So if we go in on a mathematical points difference here, or we go in, then we've got to stay in. It's as simple as that. And then the next challenge for us after a poor start to the season was to get into the 6. The next challenge is to stay in the 6 and climb into the 4. So we've got to use that as a benchmark, as you say. And the players are hungry for playoff football. So the players are hungry to get up to the top 6 and 4. So that's really important to us. And from now on in, we try not to come out of there.
And just lastly, couple of injuries. Leon Ruan withdrawn in the first half, and then I know you took James Glover off early, got a knock in the first half. What's the story with those two?
Yeah, Leon's his right shoulder, so we'll get him assessed now, and then we'll send some information to OKR. We thank them for allowing us to use one of their players, of course, and I'll give the staff there a call on my way home. James Glover took a bang in the first half. It's not actually the right knee that we felt was the issue with him. He got a quad tear last year, which was pretty bad, and he felt it pulling a little bit, so we just chose to take him off as precaution. He then badgered me about going on as half-back when Ben Reynolds is coming off, so he's okay. Rakawal has got a bang as well, so we'll reassess that. With it being a short turnaround, there's likely to be some players missing next week because of injury, but we may get a couple back, so swings and roundabouts for us.